Good morning, kitties. How are you? I found all my dials and all of my cameras. I've got all of my crew here. Thanks for getting up early. Thanks for starting on time. Yay! We did. We started on time. Kind of, sort of. I at least had it opened up on time, didn't I? I am Dr. Annette. Thank you for joining me in the early bird classroom. Not that early, is it? It's really not that early. I used to get up a lot earlier for school. Isn't that the nice thing about this kind of classroom? That we don't have to get up that early, right? And then we can take our breakfast, and who even cares, right? There's a lot of really great things about this classroom here. We could, like I said, eat breakfast, right? We could go to school in our pajamas. But the biggest thing that is so great about this kind of classroom is no grades. No grades. That's the best thing. And then you could work however fast or slow that you need to. But what you need to do is always keep working. That's what we know you need to do. Always keep working. Okay, all right. You see my new flowers here I got? I had them yesterday. But I couldn't put the whole thanks on there, so I put that on there. They were so cute. I thought they were so cute. Look, they came with chalkboards. And so I put love on the other one. That says love there. Isn't that cute? I just love these beautiful flowers that I get all the time. I got that from somebody else on TV. It's called Shepherd's Chapel. He always had those beautiful flowers, and still does have the beautiful flowers in the background. And I copied that. Sometimes we copy things that we like. And by the way, if we're going to copy something, we want to copy something that's good, right? We want to copy something that's beautiful, or that's kind, or that's loving, or that shows hard work, right? Or shows that you are thinking hard. How about that, right? Yeah, those are the things that we want to spend time on and put our energy into. Good things, and we want to copy those things. So I copied that, and it's not a big deal if I copy something like that, because that's what we do. We copy our parents, we copy our friends, we do. And as long as and what we want to practice doing is copying the good things about our family and our friends and the world. We want to copy the good things, right? Because we want to make sure that we are doing our job to do the right thing. Right? And our job to make this planet a beautiful place. That's our job. Remember Adam and Eve? What did Adam and Eve? They had responsibility. Remember Adam and Eve had responsibility? Yes, and what was their responsibility? Their responsibility was to keep the planet beautiful, right? And to keep ourselves beautiful as well. I was here on time. I'm so happy. Yes. Okay. All right. So, what is today? We know what today is. Today is Phonics Day because today is Wednesday, May 3rd. And we are here in the early bird classroom. All right. So, what do I have for you today? You remember, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on it, talking about it. We are talking about diphthongs, right? And diphthongs are blends that have a vowel in it, right? Blends that have a vowel in it. If you're not sure about our vowels, go back to the earlier classes that we have. And then we talk a lot about vowels in all the early classes. So that gets you ready to understand diphthongs, right? Diphthongs, what a big word. And we even learned murmur diphthongs, didn't we? Well, when we ended last Wednesday, what I gave you was a way to take tests, right? So, or kind of motivating you to take spelling tests. How do we learn to read? Well, sounding words out, that's really easy, right? But in order for me to read those stories to you like I read, I can't be sounding out every single word, otherwise you wouldn't understand the story, right? So that means that we have to read by recognizing the words, right? How do you spell the? That's like one of the hardest words to sound out, the. But we see it everywhere. It is the most common word. The is the most common word, right? It's in likely almost every the sentence. See how it wasn't going to be in that sentence, and see how I put it there? And it's hard for us. We can't sound that out. We have to know THE is the, right? And we memorize that rather quickly because we see it all the time, all right? We see the word the all the time. So we have to recognize words very quickly in order for us to be able to read. We call it with comprehension. So you understand. We need to read with comprehension. Comprehension means so that you understand what I'm right. Why would I read a story to you if you didn't understand at all what I was talking about? It would make no sense. It'd be a waste of my time and your time. So if you remember, what we said was that we have to take spelling tests is what we need to do. That is the best idea, is to take the spelling tests. And you could figure out ways to give yourself spelling tests with, for sure you could, and we call them a test, but they're not being graded. You just need to take them over and over again. So that's not it. So this is what I gave you last Wednesday for your first 50 words. And they were really relatively easy words that I gave you. And they're just words. What I mean by that is we haven't studied these words. We haven't, we probably have, other way. We probably have looked at these words, right? We probably looked at a lot of these words when we've been reading. Let me get my finger right. When we've been reading these words, right? There we go. But we didn't learn those words on our worksheets, right? So these are very easy words. Most of them are pretty easy. Not all of them are just really, really easy, but most of them are pretty easy. And most of them are just great sight words, easy sight words that you want to know. In the next, now I put up, now what I have here, and again, I rolled my email address if you want some worksheets. Tell me what worksheets that you want, and I will send you the worksheets, the full sheet, or a sheet in your email. So email me and I'll send those to you, okay? But these next two worksheets that I put together there, and you can, do whatever you want. You can take a picture of it, whatever you want, and you could do your spelling test that way as well. So these two worksheets that I put up there, these two worksheets, so here is another page and then another page of a worksheet. I should have put the title up there too. Yeah, I got to put the title up there for you guys. These two are taken from the worksheets that we've been using to learn about diphthongs. All right, so if you remember, this is where we left off. We left off at about 5 different places so far, I think I've said. We worked on this last Wednesday. And so these were the diphthongs that we were working on. And so here are, let me pull up those worksheets because I don't have them. Unfortunately, not right in front of me, I don't. All right. Oh. You know what? I can't find the worksheet so that I could see it right now. But I did put up here before we get going on where we left off with these diphthongs right here. I want to show you something else that I put up there that is new for you. So a new set of worksheets that I have for you to help you practice writing. Now, this is an early bird classroom, and here in the early bird classroom, you might be at a stage where you are just learning your alphabet. That's the reason why I played the alphabet song. Thank you, Greg and Steve, for the alphabet song. We are so happy that you gave that to us and that you allow us to use it, because you can see I use your song a lot. And if you want to use my visuals there, you can use my visuals as well. Anyone could use those, because sharing educational information is really helpful for teachers, especially during all these times that are changing so much. And some of you may not even know that they've changed. Maybe this is normal for you. I don't even know, right? What is normal anymore? I don't even know. So lots of people are at different stages, a lot of different stages. People are at different stages when they come here, right? Some could be 5 years old and 6 years old when you usually learn this in school. Some might be 3 years old. Some might be 7, 10, 20, 30. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. But this is a good worksheet because remember, we need to communicate our ideas. And we need to communicate our ideas in sometimes a lot of different ways. Sometimes we type out our ideas, right? Or we text our ideas. Sometimes we speak our ideas. Sometimes we write our ideas, right? Sometimes we have to write our ideas down, and we have to know how to be able to communicate well. So penmanship is important. It is. And it makes you feel like penmanship is learning how to write. It's writing well, learning how to write your letters well, like they're supposed to be written. So your A doesn't look like it, has horns on it or something, right? So that's another way that we communicate with one another. Sometimes we communicate with people on YouTube, right? Like I'm communicating with you, all different ways. And some of us are better at communicating some ways, and some of us are better at communicating other ways. I know a lot of people who are really good writers. I'm not a great writer. I'm an okay writer, right? But I can really get my thoughts across this way, like this. Do I write my scripts out? No, because otherwise you'd probably, be bored to death if I wrote my scripts out, for Pete's sake. I'm trying to keep you entertained. This is not an easy job. So what I did here and what I have here is practicing writing the alphabet. So there's a couple things. You can practice on these sheets how to write your capital A's and your small a's. Don't forget that I also have the practice worksheets here, right? So I have the practice worksheets for letter writing, which goes to for small and capital letters, if you remember, right? So we have the letter writing. I also have word writing. This is really great as well because I have word writing for long vowel sounds and I have word writing for short vowel sounds. So if you need those worksheets, now these worksheets are great because not only do they help you with the vowel sounds, right? And remembering the vowel sounds, and not only help you with letter writing, but they help you with word sight as well, because we've got words that have short A, short E, short I, short O, short U, and long A, long E, long I, long O, and long U, right? So those are the short vowel sounds. And there are the long vowel sounds, right? That we have for A, E, I, O, and U. All right. So if those are worksheets that you would like to practice your letter writing and sight words and long and short vowels all at the same time, ask me for those worksheets. But these are the new worksheets that I added up there. And you can see that there are practice worksheets for every single letter of the alphabet there. So I can send you, there's 26 worksheets there that will give you practice writing the capital letter and the small letter there, right? Capital and small letter. It also has got a picture up there you can see of a word that begins with that letter. So Q, queen, P, pear, O, octopus, N, what does that say? A narwhal? Is that what that says? Oh my gosh. Well, look at, you can even learn new animals or new sea creatures apparently as well. And then in the bottom two boxes there, it says to draw 2 pictures of something that begins with that letter, right? So N, not. I can't draw not you, me, but I can draw a knot, but that doesn't begin with an N. Never mind. Oh my gosh, did I just confuse you? Try and figure out words that begin with that letter and draw a picture of those words. And maybe you're going to be right. That's a mermaid, right? Maybe you're going to be right. Or maybe you're going to have a hard time drawing the picture. Remember that we are trying to give you different ways to learn. So you might be a better drawer than you are a writer or printer, right? So maybe you like to draw. So you might draw 2 or you might draw 4 pictures. Maybe you don't like to draw at all, but you really want to practice writing your penmanship really want to practice your penmanship because Dr. Annette said it's important for you to communicate. So you might not even want to draw the pictures, right? But you might want to tell somebody that you've thought of 2 words that begin with, in this case, L, right? So that you're thinking of more and more words and you're getting practice, even if you don't want to draw the pictures. But it's always a good idea to try, right? It's really a good idea to try and draw those pictures. And why? Even if you don't really want to. And why do you want to draw those pictures? Well, if you take a look at the book I've been showing, that I've been using for critical thinking classroom, look at these drawings. Look at those drawings. Yeah, it's kind of funny, huh? This is a really good drawing. Here, let me turn that off. This is a really good drawing, but this one not so much, right? But look at a book, and it's a best-selling book as well. So, and look at these, look at those drawings. Look at those drawings. They're not very good drawings at all, are they? No, but they sure do. Now that's a pretty good drawing of a dog, but not so great a drawing of that person carrying that box, right? So, but yet this person with all their bad drawings and some really good drawings, right? Look at that. Those are really great drawings. But not really great drawings, right? They're really great drawings because they make you laugh, but they're not really great drawings, right? So that's Allie Brosh in her book, Hyperbole and a Half, which is very funny, but for older people. And helps you deal with some things, but for older people. So practice. There's another set of 26 worksheets that will help you practice your letter writing if you need practice with your letter writing. Okay. What else did I bring? I also, so we're learning and remembering our diphthongs. We're moving ahead, but we're moving ahead slowly because it's not a race. It's not a race to the end. What? The end of time? I don't even know. The end of my time, the end of your time. Who even knows? What's the race? I'm here. So we're just going to keep learning. All right. And so sometimes we back up a little bit and sometimes we go forward a little bit and then we back up a little bit and we go forward a little bit. It's an early bird classroom, right? Okay, so here I have another 26 worksheets. And this starts with the letter A. So you circle, as in the example there with circling the anchor, right? There's the anchor. And you can ask somebody what those pictures are. We don't want to spend too much time on the pictures, right? Truck, ball, anchor, angel, apple, pie. Imagine it. Carrot, arrow, phone, axe, milk, astronaut. So, right? I don't see any or hear any long A's there. I don't hear any long A's that would begin a word like acorn, right? Acorn would be a long A that began with an A, right? Ant, which is not up there, would be a short vowel sound for A. Some of those are easy and some of them are harder, but they can also help you with a picture for your worksheets here, right? So here, these worksheets might give you some ideas for pictures because we've got 26 worksheets for you here, okay? Uh-oh. Did I not get E in there? I didn't. I was supposed to put it in there, but I didn't get it in there because I missed it. That's the reason why. Okay, and now we've got our quiz for our sight words there, right? So now we've got 3 pages of sight words. And these are the words that you want to quiz yourself with, all right? So that you learn how to spell them. You begin to learn the different sounds for them as well when they sound a little different, when they have an A or an E in them, and it's not exactly like a short A or a long A, for example, right? I can't think of one right now, but diphthongs are a good example, right? Like when we have the word join, O-I in there, right? So this helps us get familiar with words that look like they're supposed to, right? Like bet, right? We spell it and it looks like it's supposed to. But then we've got the word beat, B-E-A-T. Bet is B-E-T, right? Beat, B-E-A-T. All of a sudden, all the rules are out the door, right? Except for the rule, 2 vowels go walking. The first one does the talking, right? All right. So we see why we sometimes have to learn words by sight. Okay, let's go back to our diphthongs is what we're going to do. So we learned these words right here. The last time we were here on Wednesday doing this, these phonics, doing our phonics, we learned these 4 words there. So join, spoil, soil, and voice. Now, what I did was I put those on our sight words quiz. So you'll see those words right here on this sight words quiz sheet right here. This one, the second one that I have there. I have to probably give them names. I'll probably give them names, something, so that we see them, so that I can call them. So that's where you will see these diphthong sight words is on the second sheet. And then the AR words, or the murmur diphthongs, the vowel with an R, you're going to find those here on this third sheet. All right. Now there's actually, I didn't put in words that had OR in there. All right. So we're going to end up with another sight word sheet. We're going to keep adding to our sight word sheets for you to study them along with some other words. But right now you have all of these diphthong words here on those sight word sheets. All right. So if you remember, we had 4 words, we had 4 sentences, and then we also were learning new words with the same sound. They're at the bottom, right? So at the bottom there of the worksheet, what you see is there at the bottom there of that worksheet, what you see there is new words that you could do a word search with. So let's get started with where we left off. And this is where we left off. I'm sure that we did the new, flew, blew, dew, right? In the morning, the grass was wet with dew. Vampire bats flew during the dark night. I studied for the test, so I knew the answers in number 1. I went there in completely different order, right? The wind blew hard during the storm. Okay? All right, great. Now let's go to the next one there. And you can see that I have got to get this up so I can see, because I cannot see that. And I don't understand why. Oh, there they are. Okay, there. Now I can see. Anyway, I can see now. Okay, so those words, OW. A diphthong is a pair of vowels that make a sound. OW makes the sound in owl. Owl. So it says a pair of vowels. It's said we don't really treat W as a vowel, right? So OW, ow, says the word, makes the sound ow as in owl. So there we have what? A hard C on the very first word in bold there. And the OW makes ow sound. So cows, and that's a hard S on the end too. So a hard C sounds like a K. Hard S sounds like a Z. Z. Cows. Okay, good. The next word, what is the next word? We see a consonant blend there in the next word. Let me blow that up for you. There's a consonant blend in the next word, right? So at the beginning, CL, cl. See how we blend those together? It's a hard C, but with an L, it's not cl. Well, it is. Cl. Ow. Remember? Ow. O-W says ow. Clown. All right. What's the next one? The next word is really interesting. This is a good sight word to learn. The next word is me. Ow. So OW says ow, and there's a long E because there's 2 vowels go walking. The first one does the talking, right? And normally we wouldn't hear the O, but the OW says ow. So me, ow, meow. That's how you spell meow. What does a cat say? A cat says meow, and that's how you spell meow. What cats say. Okay. And the next one, this has 2 stops. This word has 2 stops. The OW says ow, right? The OW says ow, and we see a murmur diphthong on the end. E-R. Remember that? E-R says The S is a hard S that sounds like a Z. So what do we have? We have ers on the end. OW says ow. Hours. That's not how you spell it. That's part of this word though. And then the FL is a consonant blend. Hours. Flowers, 2 stops, not 3. Flowers. All right. And then here we've got our sentences. I like to pick, well, obviously, is it cows, clown, meow, flowers in the garden? I like to pick flowers in the garden. And see how if you could read along with me. This is how you spell our for our things, like all of our things. Our new little kitten said, well, we already said, what do kittens say? Do they say cows, clown, meow? And we already used flowers, right? So we eliminated flowers, so we won't use that. And of course it is meow. I hope that you've been yelling that, meow. Our new little kitten said meow. A funny, now we've got 2 words left. A funny cow could be, or a funny clown performed at the circus. A funny clown performed at the circus. Very good. And then the last one, we know it's the one that's left. But let's go ahead and read the sentence. Black and white cows grazed in the field. See those words, how we have to learn like field, that, and it's spelled I-E-F-I-E-L-D, field. I thought it was 2 vowels go walking. The first one does the talking, not the second one. See why we have to learn sight words? Because even words like field sometimes can confuse us. Black and white cows grazed in the field. Okay, and then the last part shows us new words with the OW sound. So there are a list of words on the left-hand side. Power, 2 stops, power. The OW still says the ow. How about the next one? DR is a consonant blend. OW, ow, own. Drown. How about the third word? Ow with a W. Ow. Ow. Wow, right? How about the next word? So we've got own again with the T. Town. It rhymes with drown. Drown and town kind of sound the same. How about ow with the PL consonant blend? Plow. The next word, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th word, we have the OWN again, which says what? OWN says what? Own. Remember, OW says ow. The N on the end, right, makes it own. And a BR consonant blend, what is that? That is brown, brown. Now I want you to see me while I'm sounding them out. So sometimes you could see my face while I'm sounding them out as well. I need to see it big, but maybe you all don't need to see it big. Okay, and then the next word, O-W, ow, with an L on the end. Owl, owl, owl. We already learned that word already at the top, right? At the very top it said O-W as in owl. All right, owl with a G-R consonant blend. Gr, gr, owl, gr, owl, growl, growl. That is just great sounding that out. Did you see that? Growl. I bet you would not have even thought about that word, right? You know what it means, right? A lion growls. Probably a lion roars, right? But a dog might growl when you walk up to it creepily, right? Growl. I bet you didn't even think about that word when we were talking about OW words. And so now you have a new sight word or a new word that you could probably read pretty easily. Growl. And that's not an easy word. That's not an easy word to spell. How do you spell growl? Gr, G-R, ow, O-W, O. Growl, L. Look at that word. That's not an easy word to spell, and you're learning how to spell it. The next one is a very important word because we say this word all the time, all the time. V-owl, v-owl, vowel. And look at that. It doesn't have the O-W-L like owl. It has O-W-E-L, which is why it's another sight word. Because is it supposed to be O-W-L, V-O-W-L, vowel? No, V-O-W-E-L. All right? So another good sight word that you're learning. Now, these sight words here that are all in the bottom of each one of these pages, they are not in our sight words test yet. Only the 4 words across the top. So I'm just giving you, I gave you 2 new ones today, right? So 2 new sight words tests. You got 1 last week. Today you got 2 new ones. Next week we'll have more with all of those, some of those words that we see there on the side. Okay, so now we've got another set of 4 words, and this is using the OY sound. So the OY sound as in, let me see what it says, as in toy. So this diphthong OY makes the sound like in toy, oi, oi. All right. Now we have 4 words there that have 2 stops. Each one of those words have 2 stops. The first word there, what is that? It has an OY that like in toy, right? Oi there. And the FUL, full. And now we put a J in front of it. What is that? Joyful. Joyful. That's how you spell joyful. All right, now we have an OY there. You can see a lot of times what I do is I always go to the back end, but let's start at the front end of this one. OY says oi, Roy, L, Royale, royal. It's royal. We don't say royale. We say royal, right? Royale would have an accent on the back end. Now, we don't talk about that a lot, but we want you to know that how do we know exactly how to sound that word out? How do we know it's not royale? And how do we know it's royal? Because royale sounds wrong, but no. If I were to read it in a dictionary, I can't hear the dictionary. Oops. I can't hear the dictionary say the word, right? I can online. I can hear the dictionary say the word online, But let's say I looked a word up in the dictionary, like royal, but I didn't know, because I've never heard it before, if it was royale or royal. How would I know when I read it in the dictionary? Because there's what's called an accent there, and it tells you where to put the stress. So is the stress on the royal, or is the stress on the royale? It's on the royal. That's how we know how to pronounce a word from reading it in the dictionary. It will also have an accent that tells us which stop to stress, right? Now, some of you are like, I don't know what language she is speaking. She is speaking, and now I am bored to death because I have no idea what she's talking about with accents and stressors. You might not know what I'm talking about. That's okay. But sometime you will. Sometime you will. And you can go back to day number 23 where we talked something a little bit about accents, right? Stops, and then which stop is stressed. We can have 2 stops, we can have 3 stops. If we only have 1 stop, then that's what's stressed, right? Car, that's what's stressed. But royal, is it royal or is it royale? Joyful or joyful? And that is how it helps you better understand what part of the word is stressed. How to pronounce that word is what we're saying. All right, the next one. We see J-O-Y on the end. We already know what J-O-Y is. That's joy, right? That's joy. So E-N, short E, as in hen, I, E, I, O, U, Get used to it. Get used to it. Short E, N, joy. Enjoy. Enjoy that we only have a few more minutes left on this lesson. And then the next one, it rhymes with royal, but with an L. Rhymes with royal, but with an L. Loyal. Our friends are loyal to us. Okay, let's see what those sentences say. Let's see if we've got a sentence that says something like that in it, right? Our friends are loyal to us. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time moving this today. No comprendo. The Queen led the joyful parade, the royal parade, the enjoy parade, or the loyal parade. Now it could be a joyful, it's not the Queen led the enjoy parade. We know that one doesn't work, right? But the Queen led the joyful parade, it could be. The Queen led the royal parade, could be. It's a queen, it could be a royal parade. The Queen led the loyal parade, maybe, but I don't know. Do you have a guess for that one? The Queen led the joyful, royal, or loyal parade. If you're not sure, go on to the next one. Christmas is a joyful holiday, a royal holiday, enjoy holiday, or Christmas is a loyal holiday. Well, that one is Christmas is a joyful holiday. So we know that the Queen didn't lead a joyful parade because Christmas is a joyful holiday. Okay, the next one. I blank sleeping in late on Saturday. I joyful sleeping in late on Saturday. No, we already used that. I royal sleeping in late on Saturday. No. I enjoy sleeping in late on Saturday. That makes the most sense already because the last one, I loyal sleeping in late on Saturday, doesn't make any sense. So that's where we used enjoy. So we've got joyful we've used and enjoy that we've used. The last sentence, my dog is a What haven't we used? Royal friend to me or loyal friend to me? Loyal friend to me, of course, which means the queen led the royal parade. The queen led the royal parade. Okay, now our time is up, but I'm going to quickly run through those words at the bottom that have OY sound. Now, we already did some of these OY sounds before when we were looking at these words. Words ending in, no, not those words. I don't know. I have them here, but I think that they are mixed in with these blends here. Maybe not. I don't know. Because I know we've had the word boy before. That's all I'm saying. And now I'm supposed to be. And I moved up on that one, which doesn't matter, but here we go. Uh-oh. I moved up more than one. There we go. Sorry about that. All right, quickly. Boy, joy, soy, decoy. We already, there is a compound word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth word, the longest word there on the left-hand side of our word search. We already learned the first half of that two-stop compound word. C-O-W is what? Cow. B-O-Y is boy. Cowboy. See how we have a compound word? A compound word is two words put together that make a new word. Cow, boy, cowboy. And then we have toy, ahoy, as in ahoy there, mate, and annoy, annoy. It annoys me when you say, ahoy there, mate. Okay, let me get this looking good for our exit scene here. Exit, stage left. Okay, folks. That is our Wednesday phonics lesson. Thank you for joining me. I am Dr. Annette Feravich, or Dr. Annette, if you prefer. And we are here in the Early Bird Classroom with our phonics lesson every single Wednesday. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget that you can get why is my email ticker? Oh, you know why? Because I'm too, oh, hold on. You can get any of these, don't forget, any of the worksheets. And there are plenty of worksheets to help you along. And I'll send them to your email. So if you want to print them, you can, but you don't have to print them. So email me there, Dr. Feravich, Dr. period, F as in Frank, E-R-A-V as in Victor, I-C-H, at healthymindbodyspirit.net. And I will send you those worksheets. Thanks for joining me. Come back at 9:15 for the Bookless Classroom, where we are going to be reading about, and I changed my book is what I did. So if you're wondering what I changed to or what we're going to be reading about, we're going to be reading about the Alamo. The Alamo. So join me at 9:15 in the Bookless Classroom to hear about the Alamo. Thanks for joining me. I will see you later.